Previously on the final pitch.
You are the official picks of our esteemed panel of investor judges for the Final Pitch Season 9 Open Edition.
For Pantheon Holdings, we have J-Labs, School Tech, Mommy Key, and Milo. J-Labs, School Tech, and Mommy Key were also picked by Etika, with Likaan completing their lineup. J-Labs is picked for the third time, this time by Union Digital Bank and Go Digital Pilipinas, with C3Q completing the roster. Likaan is picked a second time by investor judge Robert Scott of Okada, with Unisol joining the fold. Likaan is also picked by Israeli ambassador Elon Flus, with MetaFarms completing his lineup. And finally, for the picks of UK ambassador Lobo Fees, we have NARS and J-Labs joining her roster. My name is John Aguilar, and I'm a serial entrepreneur based in Manila, Philippines. I've gathered a formidable cast of business and industry leaders on the lookout to fund and support the country's rising entrepreneurs. Henry Aguda, convener of Go Digital Pilipinas and president and CEO of Union Digital Bank. Rico Bautista, president and CEO of Etika Philippines. Brian Polia Manzares, president of Pantheon Holdings. Robert Scott, vice president hotel operations of Okada, Manila. And ambassadors to the Philippines, Elon Flus of Israel and Lobo Fees of the United Kingdom. Many will try, but only a few will make it to the final pitch.
Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to Dragon's Nest, the HQ of the Final Pitch. So today, we will be joined by mentors who will be teaching you different aspects of their expertise, and the discussions will revolve around their experiences, your businesses, and also how they can help you for your final pitch. Our first mentor today joins us all the way from the UK. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Managing Director of Uniquecorn Strategies. He's going to show you today a blueprint for startups and new entrepreneurs. He is none other than Dean Bernales.
Thank you so much, John, for that lovely introduction. So hello, everyone. I want to thank you for attending this session. Welcome to the world of public relations. I'm here to demystify PR and illuminate its critical role in startup success. So how do we approach public relations? Let's delve into self-branding, or as it's also known, personal branding. It's an effective instrument to articulate who you are, what you do, and how you stand out. This evolves into a positioning statement, often referred to as elevator pitch. So the challenge is to be able to express who you are in 3 or 4 concise sentences. So first and foremost, set your objective. And once you've pinpointed what you want your brand to achieve, it's time for step 2, conducting an audit. This is a series of questions sent out to a predefined group. This exercise helps identify the perception versus the reality of your business. Next is to conduct research. Explore your online presence. Are you someone who can be searched on Google? Are you visible in the right spaces? Are you reaching your target audience? Then, using all this information, craft your positioning statement. Now let's pivot to the next significant pillar in our journey, which is media relations. Remember, in the world of media relations, your story is a valuable asset, and sharing it effectively can help your brand reach new heights. And you don't need actually a PR agency to do that for you. You can do it yourself. So far, we've been painting with broad strokes, but let's dive deeper into a facet of public relations that has seen exponential growth and interest in recent years, and that is data storytelling. Some of you may have heard the phrase, data is the new oil. Well, just like oil, Raw data itself might not be very useful, but once it's refined, it holds immense value and potential. It powers decisions, illuminates truths, drives innovation. It forms lifeblood of modern businesses and is a key driver in the digital economy. Now, imagine combining the power of data with your media relations strategy. What you get is data-driven storytelling. So it's time to harness the power of PR. It's time to leverage our data. And above all, it's time to tell our stories. For in the end, we're not just building businesses, we're also crafting narratives and shaping perceptions. In the grand theater of business, we are all storytellers. And that would be all. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions based on what I have discussed earlier.
Hey Dean, Suzette here from NARS, a mobile booking app for nurses and patients. Being at an early stage, we have very limited resources. Do you recommend that we go out there and tackle on any social media and plus our website and then go to media all at the same time? Or should we focus first on just one platform?
Focused first on social media where your current audience actually are located. Some of the startups actually they have the story to tell, but they are not ready for PR. Definitely, we all have story to tell, right? But if they don't have that like business momentum that we need, like huge numbers, that would be something appetizing to the media, then it won't really work.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you for your time today. That was a nice discussion. I hope you learned something from me. With that, good luck on the final pitch.
So that's it. Again, a round of applause for Dean. As you know, we are in the open edition. And what we've done today is actually to open up this mentoring day to the public. So in a few minutes, we will be going over to the auditorium because we're expecting a lot of people to come today and learn from the other mentors who we've invited to mentor you here on the final pitch.
Up next,
Are you the next big influencer?
The more your customers repeat, the more there's product market fit.
Hello, startups, founders, entrepreneurs. To kickstart our session, I am honored to introduce to you our keynote speaker. He is the head of Local Economic Investment Strategies and Promotions Office from the Quezon City government. And most importantly, he is also taking the lead part in the Startup QC program. Friends, let us welcome Juan Miguel Gatmaitan.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Jay Gatmaitan. In a nutshell, my role is to make Quezon City the preferred investment destination, create jobs, and of course, develop growth hubs. One of which is, of course, a startup community here in Quezon City. So I'm here, of course, to show support for the startups and members of the community as part of also my mandate. And this is in line with the vision of the city to be the startup and innovation capital of the country. Let's make this vision together a reality. Thank you very much.
So our first mentor for you today in the Open House mentoring session is none other than the president of Thames International Business School. He is one of our mainstay mentors on the show, and this man has also come on board in a previous season as one of our investor judges. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the president of Thames International Business School, Mr. Joel Santos.
Thank you, John. As a mentor, this is my title today. How to get a no in pitching. Why investors say no? First one, if you're pitching to the wrong investor. Hindi lahat ng tao mag-i-invest sa'yo. The thing is, are you talking to the right investor? What is the problem sometimes? The investor that you're talking to, what he wants to invest in doesn't fit your product or your service. You know, as an investor, you just pick the vertical na dyan lang ako magfo-focus because you cannot invest in everything. And of course, it might be the wrong time. Why do I say that? Kakalabas lang yan ng pera eh. Pag naglabas ng pera investor, sobrang takot na yan. So timing is key. Next, another reasons why investors say no, the market's too small. The challenge with the Philippines is that we don't have data of how big the market is. We will say, the global data shows, but Philippines tayo eh. So when you start saying, you know, the market's like this and it's like that, patay ka na sa investor. They already know you don't know what you're talking. The challenge really with the Philippines, when you raise money, wala tayong data lagi. Ito, product market fit. There's a lot of good products. The market might not fit. Might not be the right time. It might not be the right price point. Product market fit, it's always uncertain. If you cannot prove that there's really stickiness, what are they looking for? They'll always ask you, recurring revenue, ilan ang repeat customer mo, ilang beses siya nag-repeat. The more your customers repeat, the more there's product market fit. Finally, if you're too optimistic, 2019, 2020 was even in the heydays of the Philippines, that was the peak of money raised. And they talked about big numbers, lahat na dala. After the pandemic, all of those things gone. So you cannot be too optimistic because the world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. So from getting to no to yes, very simple. It's the right investor that you're talking to. It's the right team. You guys are the right team. And finally, it's the right market. In behalf of Final Pitch, Thames International, I hope that we can help you achieve this one. The right investor, the right team, and the right market. Thank you. Sige, questions?
Hi, sir. My name is Josh. So my question is, how can you say that a business is a good business?
It's a very hard question. What's a good business? Hindi ko lang say what's a bad business, di ba? A bad business is obviously something that burns a lot of cash. If it's a startup, the burn is too long before you actually get to sustainable revenue. You set up a startup to make money first. Selling is after. So nung dami-daming pera lahat sila, I'm gonna start this business, I'm gonna sell it. The dream is to sell. No. The dream to start up is to make money first. Selling is a bonus. It's also finding the right people to work with. So I hope we could help you in your startup journey. So congratulations, guys.
Our next mentor is the founder and president of wheninmanila.com. He is none other than Vince Golangco.
So, hi, I'm Vince Golangco from wheninmanila.com. All I'm going to be doing today is teaching you some insights, some tips, some knowledge from all the millions of articles we've studied and written online on how to do digital marketing. So anyway, here we go. Straight into the test. Are you the next big influencer? Number one, what is the best day of the week to share content? Thursday, Wednesday, Sunday. I'll give you a clue, okay? It ends in a Y. Here we go. Weekends are the worst. So these are the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Technically, the answer is weekdays are the best. Of the weekdays, Tuesday is the best. Now why? Weekends, we don't know where you are. But Monday to Friday, where are we? Usually at work. Wednesday to Friday, they're sort of preparing for the weekend. So for us, Tuesday is the best day. But weekdays are generally the best days to post content. Next question, what is the average number of words you need for an article to more likely go viral? 10, 100. The answer is 3,000 to 10,000 words. Why? We also didn't understand this. We had to study this. If you took the time, if you are a reporter, possibly from a great place, maybe like CNN, and you took the time to write a well-written, in-depth article, 3,000 to 10,000 words, how many other competitors do you think you have for that specific article, for that specific content, who had the time and effort to write the same thing? This one's a bit complicated for the question, but the explanation is amazing. How much of a difference do influential people make on social media? So this is a study done, and just for this study, quote-unquote, influential just means someone who two other people reshared because of them. So that's actually the chart. It goes from 0 people shared, 0 influential, one influential, so just one influential person, meaning just that, and influential only means that 2 extra people shared from that person. It went from 700 to 900 and went all the way up to 2,000. So that's the importance of finding these influencers, these key opinion leaders online. It's because when they share, there's already more people listening, especially if it's in your niche. And this one, I love this. This is my last test. We'll see who really knows their social media. Now, when creating content, the #1 rule for our team to get people sharing is you have to evoke an emotion. Now, of all the emotions, what emotion is the best at getting people to share? Any guesses? Drama. Oh, wow. May pinagdadaanan ba? What else? Anger. Laugh, react. Of all the emotion, the #1 emotion is up here, but it's awe. A-W-E. So it's not awe, ang cute. Awe. What does awe mean? So usually when you see a video and you go, oh my God, what happened? How did that happen? That usually gets you sharing. And here, I'm gonna share with you from Gen Z, not gonna lie, 10 steps to cop a lit as F social media account in real life, for real, no cap. I swear to God, we all gonna make it. Step 1 is start creating content. Very important. Take notes, okay? Very important. Step 1, start creating content. Step 2 to 10, keep creating content. Hopefully you guys like the presentation. We'll pretend. Did you like the presentation? Thank you so much. I'm Vince from When in Manila. Please tag so I can post. And any other questions? Oh, hello. Wow, that was quick. Oh, nice to meet you. Please introduce yourself.
Joanne. I have a food business we started in Instagram.
Awesome.
So I'm interested to know, are hashtags still relevant in 2023?
Yes and no. So it's not as many anymore, and some places even say it's not really, but you still put at least, I would recommend still at least 3, but depends, I swear overnight, everything keeps changing. This year, they're saying it's not as important anymore, so just post a couple, maybe 3.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Vince Golangco. Thank you so much for having me.
Our next mentor for today is someone who is, I would say, an expert in everything Silicon Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder and CEO of Silicon Valley HQ, Mr. Chris Peralta. Thank you.
All right. Maganda hapon. So, how to get what I call investor ready. So when an investor comes up to you and asks you for your LOIs, for your forecasts, for everything, where do you put it? In your deal room. Okay, so your deal room is a place where all your documents are stored. In case the investor asks you for this, you have it ready. Second, communicating your business. This is one of the hardest and the most challenging components of being investor ready. And the third is traction. They want to see traction. So the deal room. The deal room doesn't have to be fancy as long as all the information's there. Google makes it easy for us. It's free, Google Drive. The second is storytelling. At the end of the day, you want to create an emotional connection with your investor. You want them to have this aha moment. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. Traction. Sign as many deals as you can. Get as many users on board. Show numbers. Validate in the market. Whatever it takes. Get in front of your customers, right? But I always have a but, because everyone in this room, success criteria, situation financially, it's all different. Someone might have savings and is able to pursue their passion and not worry about raising capital and bootstrap it for a long time. The key here is that we're always pitching, because if you're an entrepreneur, you're always pitching. Maraming salamat, and thank you for your time. And if there's any questions?
Yeah, so you talked about relationship with investors. What do you communicate with the investor as you, I guess, move the company forward? How often? What are the kinds of things that you expect the investor to want to hear about?
Okay, with your investors, do you give quarterly updates, monthly updates?
Quarterly.
Quarterly, okay, great. So you know the cadence. Remember, you're gonna set a precedence. So if the first quarter, you give everything and you over-project, right, you're selling, then the next update needs to be better. So make sure you have a cadence where tell them exactly what you're doing, don't overcommit, just tell them what you're achieving. So you build that trust. What investors hate is no updates. I think, look, at the end of the day, it's the grit, it's the hustle as entrepreneurs. And we're here if you need us. All right, thank you very much. Maraming salamat.
So our next mentor has come full circle on his journey with us on the final pitch. He was actually on the other side. He was one of our contestants season 4. But today, he now is in front of us as our mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome once again on the show, Attorney Marlon Valderama of Lexmeet.
Thank you, John. I think it would be best for us to give you a mentoring session for business registration because this is very important for all the startups. How to register your business without a sweat. Business formation is not a mere legwork. It should be deliberate, strategic, and planned. Single proprietorship is not advisable for a business because these are the disadvantages, no? Of course, the owner personal properties are liable. If your business have liabilities, the creditors could go after your personal properties. No checks and balances. So your own decision, your own mistake, your own errors. But there are also some advantages. So of course, if you're the owner, you receive all the benefits. It's easy to register. Few documents needed, you have your own decision, and you pay your own personal income tax. General or limited partnership. It's easy but risky. Okay, why? So partner pays tax individually. You avoid double taxation. Easy and lower setup expenses. So wider availability of funds because you have two-person contributing funds to the business and availability of full knowledge to manage and improve management. So there are two heads already deciding on the business. But the disadvantages is this: jointly and severally liable for claims. Unstable, as partner may anytime go. So if the other partner dies, then the partnership automatically ceases. The reason why corporation is a good business vehicle for startups and small businesses is that a corporation is like a person, and it is a separate person apart from the stockholders, so that the liabilities of the stockholders are not the liabilities of the corporation, and vice versa. Easy availability of capital, easy ownership transfer, builds credibility because a corporation is, I think, one of the sophisticated mode of setting up a business, no? One-person corporation, so it's very difficult to manage, no? It's very hard to explain to them the one-person corporation concept, no, to investors. So it would be better for you to just incorporate a regular corporation rather than one-person corporation. Okay? So that's the end of my presentation. And if you have any question, I'm free to answer it.
Hi, Attorney. Good afternoon. My name is Joff. So my question is, with the current automation of SEC, right? When you can already register online, will there be legwork needed when you already have the team from the BIR after the SEC registration?
There is a legwork after the SEC, although you already have an assigned team. After incorporating it, I need to go to the BIR to have my BIR registration. We call it COR, no? And I think there's still a legwork after that. I would like to thank you for attending this. Thank you very much.
So this next speaker is one of the few people who decided that you actually made it to the show. He is the co-founder of TechShake, and he is none other than your last speaker mentor for today. He is Paolo Rentero.
Hello, everyone. So I'm the co-founder of TechShake. My name's Paolo Rentero. Part of what I want to discuss today is basically some quick things, some myths that I came across, and also maybe a bit of just some advice when it comes to pitching. So maybe I can just share a bit of the myths that I've come across, and maybe it can bring value to you guys. So the myth of the young founder. So a lot of people think that being a young founder is the thing to do. Honestly, there was a report that the average age of successful founders is actually around 40 to 45. But a lot of it also goes with the democratization of like technology, and also the focus, not only just technology itself, but also being focused and having a good expertise in your given field, right? Next, I need to be in tech. The thing about tech is, right now, like I said, it's very much democratized. You can find multiple ways to actually have an MVP or launch your product. And maybe this is the last one I want to touch on. Following your passion. I like chasing things that are very shiny. And I think a big confusion also is when people want to say like, oh, I'm passionate about this thing, this is why I'm working on the product. What I want to actually propose is that you should be more passionate about the problem, because the solution to the problem always changes. So, I mean, those are a couple of myths that I just wanted to share. But I also wanted to give you guys a couple of pitching tips, right? So first, what's the problem? I think a lot of startups miss this part because, like I said, a lot of people also sometimes focus on the product, right? This usually happens with tech startups. Like I have good friends who are developers by nature. So they'll build something, but then find a problem for it, which is usually not the best case scenario. Why you? So this is another thing that I also encounter when I'm reviewing startups. Like I don't get the reasoning on why that startup needs to exist. And why do you need to be the ones actually doing the startup, right? So sometimes it's a lack of, I feel, a lack of not traction, but more of understanding and being close to the problem, right? The best case scenario is that you actually are experiencing the problem yourself and you're solving it yourself. And last, for me, know your audience is one of the most important things. If it were up to me and I was pitching, I would have a custom deck for each investor I talk to, but that's not realistic because you're talking to 100 investors, right? If you have the right pitch to the right investor at the right time, you need to study each investor. So hopefully in the final pitch, you guys study the investors also, because this is going to prove valuable when you're pitching to them. Like, related to their business, related to what they're interested in. You'll be surprised to find out like what people are interested in by just searching them on social media. Like I remember closing several clients by just knowing that they play golf. That's it. And I mean, that's so important when you're pitching. Thank you. That's my presentation. Yeah.
This has been the Open House Mentoring Day. It is now after 6. It is time for the after 6 after hours after party. Remember to network. You'll never know. Anyone you meet tonight could be your possible partner or investor. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Next time on The Final Pitch, get ready for an exclusive visit to the headquarters of Rico Bautista, the visionary leader spearheading the innovative insurance company, Etica Philippines.
We have brought your picks.
Mr. Rico Bautista is a rock star in the insurance industry.
For Etica Philippines, we actually chose the four of you for specific and unique reasons.
We're very excited to know the potential collaborations.
Congratulations to you all for making it this far.